I'll never get tired looking at the champions of Europe wall, you know. Some man in the Premier League can never chat to us because they've never won it, and they'll never win it in the future. And also, you never know, we might end up winning it again this season. Yeah, let's make it 2 times. 2 times, man. What a club. Aston Villa Football Club. Pride of the Midlands. Yeah, pride of the Midlands, man.
How cute. 1 Champions League. How cute. But you know what's mad? Guess what team has 2 Champions Leagues? The big Nottingham Forest. We have 2 Champions Leagues. Not 1, but 2. And on top of that, I think we're 3rd in the league. So we're going to be in Champions League next season as well. And you are like, what, 8th, 7th? I don't even know the number. You're too low down to us to even think about it. And we're playing you this weekend, innit? So, on top of us having more Champions Leagues, on top of us being higher than you in the league, on top of us, we're going to be in Champions League next season, and you're going to be, what? Where? Europa? Conference? I don't know. Either one. But on top of that, we're going to beat you tomorrow as well. On top of all of that, madness. Absolute madness. You Villa fans need to chill, man. Flexing your little 1 Champions League, and we have 2. Crazy.
Hold on a sec. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Who do you Nottingham Forest fans think you are? And let me tell you this. I like you as a club, but the disrespect saying you're looking down at the Villa 7th, 8th. Bro, you man were 6 points away from relegation, bruv. You man finished 17th. How are you coming with all this crud? It all makes sense, yeah? 1 season wonders and talking about you're going to beat us on Saturday. You guys are getting smoked. Remember, you're coming to Villa Park. You know how many games we're undefeated at Villa Park? It's a fortress, the Lions' den, yeah? 1 season wonders. And guess what? You might get Champions League next season, but you're getting kicked out the group stages. Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, John Cena settings, bro. Nowhere to be seen. Get out of here, the disrespect, bro. Yeah, you man can never attract players like the Villa have. Asensio and Rashford, you man can never dream of having them. And Nuno Espirito Santo, we've got Unai Emery, yeah, the better manager, the better squad, bro. Let me tell you that. Don't ever chat about the Villa again, yeah? Less of that, man. Get out of here. Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and of course, guys, we are back for another match preview. Huge game, Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. 5:30 kick-off tomorrow. Huge game. But of course, guys, I'm not alone. I'm with Aston. How you doing, Aston? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, man. I'm good.
Aston, I want to get your thoughts on Nottingham Forest so far this season before we touch on Aston Villa. What do you make of the season so far they're having? Did you predict them to be where they are now, or?
Nah, man, I didn't predict them to be there. I think they're a surprise package, man, for sure, man. Surprise package. Obviously, they were down the bottom last season. Now they're near the top. But I think they've got everything spot on. Tactics spot on. The system spot on. The good front to back from the keeper all the way to the striker, Chris Wood, innit? So yeah. I think they're doing their thing, man, and they've been consistent all the way throughout the season. Apart from a couple of little blips, but that's meant to happen. I think they've been really consistent. That's where they are,
And of course, guys, you guys seen the skit, you know what I mean? Champions League, European Cup, call it whatever you want. Nottingham Forest, they're a club with heritage. They've won the European Cup, as it was called back then, twice. Do you think now they can kind of kickstart, or do you think it's like a 1 season thing where they'll get Champions League next season and maybe fall off? Or do you think they can build on?
I don't know, man, because you've seen with Newcastle and with Villa, obviously, as well. I think any team that's not in the Big Six, once they have to deal with being in the Champions League and being in the all different domestic competitions as well, I think it's hard for them, innit, to be able to balance that. Yeah. But I do think Forest have good backing, you know, with their board, and they've got a good relationship between the boards and the players and the manager as well. So I think they'll be able to get some more reinforcements in next season to help them stay in and around that top 4.
Yeah, definitely. And just to touch a bit on how they play and stuff like that, of course, we all know people, they're a counter-attacking side. They love the offensive transitions. One player in particular, Anthony Elanga. Bro, did you see that goal against Man United? The way he just ran through their midfield, like, bro, he just moved like Usain Bolt, picked the ball up and ran through their midfield and end up scoring, man. So for me, I think he's a player we'll have to watch out for. I think Yates, Anderson as well. Ole Aina, I think he is out for tomorrow. He's picked up an injury and stuff. I think Morgan Gibbs-White, he's a player that can unlock defences as well. Chris Wood up front. bro, you put the ball into the box and he's getting that header. He's scoring from headers. Another thing as well, they like to overload the box, so we'll have to watch out for that. Second balls, all of that. Like, Nuno football is literally sit back, you know what I mean, and hit teams on the counter. So I think Aston Villa will have to watch out for them. And they've got speedy attackers, creative outlets. So yeah, man, it's going to be a tough game. I do think so. Any key players, Austin, you think we'll have to watch out for?
I just think you need to watch out for Elanga on the counter for sure. They've got some good midfielders as well, but I think the key player is Gibbs White. Obviously, he's obviously the best player in the team. Everything goes through him. So that's it really. And obviously Chris Wood. Chris Wood knows how to find the net in it. So I think out of all them 3 players there are probably going to be the most dangerous for Forest against Villa.
How do you think they'll set up? Because I did say obviously they're going to try hit us on the transition, on the counter attack. Do you think similar, or? It's
going to be a counter-attack, in it, because Villa like to counter as well. Yeah. So I think when them 2 teams come up against each other, they like to counter, it's going to be interesting. So it depends how good the defences can be when neither team's on the attack. But obviously it depends which team obviously has to be better at breaking down the other, because I don't know if either team are going to go out full out and press, or it's going to be a sit-off thing, and then they're going to have to break them down and then try, and then when the other team wins the ball back, to go the other end and score. So you have to see, innit?
And just to touch on another 2 players as well, I forgot to mention their centre-back pairings. I think their centre-back pairings has probably been the best in the league, Murillo and Milinkovic. That centre-back pairing in the Premier League this season has been up there for one of the best. They clean up play, aerial duels, they can play out from the back. Like, let me know in the comments below, people, who you're taking, Ezri Konsa and Pau Torres, or Milinkovic and Murillo. Who you guys taking? Of course, us Villa fans will say Pau Torres and Konsa. I probably do think the same. I might be being biased, sorry. But I have to say, man, I do respect the midfield. The centre back pairing. I think they're top quality, man. I must say. But Aston, who are you taking though? Their centre back pairing with Villas.
Forest.
Forest straight away. You know what I mean? Standing on business. All right, cool. Let's move on to the Villa. Of course, we're coming back from that win against Brighton, winning 3-0. What do you make of that game?
It was a great game. I think Villa done their thing. Big up my boy Rashford, man. Fair play. Asensio cooking as well. It's normal, man. It's normal. He's good from Villa. I think Brighton's a very tough place to go. Pick up a result against Brighton away. That's always a good result, innit? But as I said, as I always say, Brighton are very inconsistent. So if you catch them on that inconsistent day, you'll be able to get a good result against them, and that's what Villa did. Definitely.
And also as well, 4 clean sheets in a row. I said this before in my match reaction, innit, when we beat them. I said Villa have hit form at the right time. This is crunch time now, Austin, innit? Champions League, FA Cup. I feel like we've hit the form at the right time. Do you agree, or?
Yeah, definitely. It's at the right time. I think it's the business end of the season, isn't it? April, May, the money months, isn't it? I always say it's the money month, so that's where the money's made. That's where the cups are won. And obviously Villa are in some big competitions as well. Semi-final of the FA Cup, and then they're in quarter-final of the Champions League.
Let me just get this question out there. FA Cup, Champions League. One competition do you think we can possibly win? One?
FA Cup.
FA Cup.
If it's any of them 2 will be FA Cup for sure.
I'll take that. Alright, cool. Touching on this game now, any key players for Villa you think that can hurt Nottingham Forest?
Of course, Rashford and Asensio doing their thing, man. They're the main key players, man. Asensio scoring goals, Rashford's now getting the goals as well, and they're just finding each other as well. And it's a good partnership they've got going on.
Touching on Rashford, Asensio, and also Daniel Marlin got on the score sheet against Brighton. 3 January signings scoring goals against Brighton. 3 new signings scoring goals, man. What did you make of our recruitment in those players?
I'm very surprised that Villa managed to get the players in the first place.
They're a big club, bro.
Now they've got them, they're doing their thing. Yeah. There's been some good recruitment. I think Unai Emery's used them well as well. Yeah. When you get big names, sometimes it's hard to make the team gel, but they've got the big names, they made it gel as well, so that's good.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Alright, cool. Let's get into my lineup. Alright, let's get into it. So of course you already know people in goal. We're going to Demi Martinez. Right back, I'm going to put Axel Disasi right back. Centre backs, I'm going to put Ezri Konsa, Pau Torres. I think in this game especially, we need centre backs that are comfortable on the ball, and I think Pau Torres is a bit more comfortable on the ball than Tyrone Mings. Prime example against Brighton when they were pressing us high up the pitch. Emi Martinez, the way he was composed on the ball, that's what we need. Because Nottingham Forest at times, they like to press teams high up the pitch and win the ball. The counter-pressing is quite good. They like to win the ball in the first 5 seconds. They're very, very aggressive. So I feel like playing out from the back, which we did well against Brighton, ended up getting a chance as well. I think Kamara, when he played it to Luca Dean, and then Luca Dean put across into McGinn. He had a header as well. Of course, we never end up scoring from it, but it was good build-up play from that. So yeah, I'm going to go with Konsa, Pau Torres. Left back, I'm going to go with Ian Maatsen. Just because Nottingham Forest, they like to sit back, and if we've got a left back that's more attacking minded, I think that'd be better for us. Midfielders, of course, we're going to go with Kamara, Tielemans. On the right, I'm going to go with Morgan Rogers. In the 10, I'm going with Asensio. I'll have to put them two in there. And then on the left, I'm going to go with Rashford. And then up front, I'm going to go with... but the thing is, Rashford's been playing up front as well, people, you know. Last couple of games, he's been putting Rashford up front. Watkins has been holding the bench. But yeah, I can probably see Rashford up front, and then maybe Ramsey on the left. Something like that. Maybe Ollie Watkins on the bench. Something like that, though, people, I can see possibly happening. You reckon something like that will happen as well, Aston? Or?
There's a strong potential, because obviously if we're going to be doing the counter-attack thing, I think Rashford's really gone. Rashford's probably your best player on the counter-attack. So, and obviously you saw his goal against Brighton as well.
Yeah.
Watkins doesn't have that type of pace in it. I feel like Watkins needs quite a few chances to score. Rashford will probably scoring less chances in it, and Rashford will probably be a bit more creative than Watkins as well. But obviously, you know, Watkins just have a creative gene, you know, a couple of seasons ago. Last season he was doing his thing with the assist as well. But you know, we'll see in it. But there's a high chance that Rashford could start front or start on the wing. Either way, I think he'll be effective either way. So don't really matter.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also, why I'm putting Asensio in the 10 as well, and Rodgers on the right, is because we need that creativity high up the pitch. We know Forest like to sit back, so if you've got Asensio in the 10, you already know Magic Man Asensio is unlocking defences, man. So yeah, that's something I like to see, possibly, people. Alright, cool. Score prediction now before I give mine, Aston. Let's get yours.
2-1 Forest.
Remember, he's not a Villa fan as well, people. He's not a Villa fan, because if you guys are assuming.
See, I'm being realistic. I think Villa don't win tomorrow. I think
at Villa Park, you think we lose?
I don't think, and then you might get a draw, but I don't think you win. That's just my personal opinion. It'll be 1-0 or 2-1 to Forest. I think Forest have too much for Villa right now.
Nah. Let's solve that. Let's solve that. We don't want to hear that. Yeah. We don't want to hear that. Listen, 4 clean sheets in a row for Aston Villa. Brighton Beach got dusted. Champions League, we're doing our thing. Nottingham Forest, yeah? Like X says, a Forest in Nottingham. You're coming to Villa Park, you're coming to the Lions Den, and your man about to get cooked, bro. Huh?
What do you reckon?
They're getting cooked, bro. Prediction, I'm going for 2-1.
To Villa?
2-1 Villa, bro.
I might say, yeah. You know, if Marnie got all his predictions right, Villa would be invincible, man. They'd win the league.
I am never ever going to predict a loss for the Villa. Never in my life am I predicting a loss for Aston Villa. Forest, we're coming for you, man. Yeah? We're coming for you, man. Stay tuned, people. Match reaction, match day vlog. All of that after the game. And Aston, respect for coming on. Appreciate it, man. Up the Villa, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below as well. Up the Villa.